Title 1 Introduction. Why do people meditation to have mindfulness, based self-efficacy and rumination? This seems to be basically two answers. First, people meditated because they want to overcome psychological of the cognitional problems. Meditations was means for modification of the dysfunctional attitudes. Second, people meditated to achieve a better understanding of for self-compassion for their life, analyze their conclusions, and gain wisdom. Meditation as a means to transformation in conclusiveness. These two aims often cannot be clearly separated, and most practitioners of the meditation probably purpose both to a certain extent. People who have undergone extensive meditation training for mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination have shown improvement on cognitive performance in dysfunctional attitude and self-compassion. Despite the public's growing interest and an increasing number of the studies on the impact on mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination, there is a surprising scarcity of summarized of the empirical evidence, specifically for evidence that stem from research outside the therapeutic context within the dysfunctional attitude and self-compassion. Numerous studies have been conducted to research for effect of the meditation field of study. Yet there is an even more surprising lack of elaborated psychological theories that make sound prediction about what to effected if one meditates. This is a theoretical approach is frequently mirrored in the measure used in the studies, which includes all kinds of dependent variables. There are not specific to meditation research and have also been used in many other kinds of research. Authors in this article emphasize on emphasis on empirical evidence. We are convinced that real progress in understanding the effect of the mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination cannot be made if further empirical studies are not guided by better theories. Therefore, after briefly surveying previous attempts to summarize the literature on the effects of mindfulness-based self-efficacy, rumination, dysfunctional attitude, and self-compassion, we introduce exciting theoretical approaches from the South Korea. Following our analysis of the empirical evidence, we return to the issue of how we might make progress in understanding mindfulness-based self-efficacy, rumination, dysfunctional attitude, and self-compassion and its effect. There have long been attempts to bring together meditation or psychotherapy in South Korea, and over time, meditation has become an established psychotherapeutic technique. Therefore, this study aims to investigate the relationship between mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination, and dysfunctional attitude and self-compassion, and examine the mediating model between dysfunctional attitude and self-compassion, between mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination. This study is based on the assumption that the issue of the cognitional measurement due to various mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination experienced by the meditator living of South Korea are related to dysfunctional attitudes and self-compassion. It would be useful for the enhancing the understanding of the facts affecting the meditator of the could provide the opportunity for the clinician to provide basic data on research and psychotherapy. Type 2 method. This study was conducted from March 2018 to April 2018 for those who participated in the male and female in South of Korea. Finally, the data of total 172 participants were analyzed. The survey consisted of mindfulness-based self-efficacy scale, Korean version of self-compassion scale, dysfunctional attitude scale, relational scale. The first model was used to test the meditative effects of self-compassion and dysfunctional attitude in the relationship between mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination. The model parameters were estimated by maximum likelihood method and N plus was used for the analysis. Data collected for this study were analyzed using the IPSPSS as follows. We used a 95% confidence interval based on the empirical distribution estimated by bootstrapping to verify the meditation effect. Title number 3 result. A mindfulness-based self-efficacy analysis was conducted to confirm the effects of the rumination. Specifically, the mindfulness-based self-efficacy rumination has a significant effect on the self-compassion and dysfunctional attitude. In addition, the mindfulness-based self-efficacy is found to have a significant effect on self-compassion, and the self-compassion was found to have a significant dysfunctional attitude, and the dysfunctional attitude was found to have a significant revelation. A significant correlation was not found between mindfulness-based self-efficacy and dysfunctional attitudes. Self-compassion and rumination, mindfulness-based self-efficacy and rumination. We performed bootstrapping by extracting 2,000 parts of the escapes of mindfulness-based self-efficacy to the revelation through the dysfunctional attitudes of self-compassion. As a result, indirect effects was significant because the force through the dysfunctional attitudes of some compassion included 0 in the 95% confidence interval of the indirect effects. Title number conclusion. The result of this study suggests that mindfulness-based self-efficacy of the meditation experienced people has a significant effect on the rumination through the dysfunctional attitude and self-compassion. Meanwhile, a sample correlation analysis revealed that there was a significant correlation between mindfulness-based self-efficacy, rumination, dysfunctional attitude, and self-compassion, whereas the first search for the Mediating model analysis of significant. Therefore, objective perception of the change in these cognition conditions could lead to deterioration of the psychological function. In conclusion, the meditating effect of mindfulness-based self-efficacy or rumination and the dysfunctional attitudes and self-compassion of meditation experienced people was thoroughly analyzed in South Korea, and significant results were obtained. Nevertheless, it is important to note that results from this study could be used in reference to cognitional mental health, especially during counseling intervention and in clinical setting.